It all came together for the Georgia Gym Dogs in Oregon as they win their 7th national title. What a year. What a team. We'll have all the highlights next.
And the Dogs' deed is done. What can I say? They were the best. They really stood out. They put it all together that counts, and that's what the sport's all about.
And that just may do it for Georgia here tonight.
Wow.
The Jim Dog Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Yocklin. Welcome to the Jim Dog Show. My associate head coach, Jay Clark, is not with us today, but this national championship trophy is, just like we promised last week, Georgia's 7th NCAA title, won this past weekend in Corvallis, Oregon. And what a competition it was, as the Jim Dogs went undefeated throughout the season at 36-0, winning the SEC title and bringing home Georgia's 7th NCAA championship in women's gymnastics. It was a great competition in Corvallis, Oregon, starting on Thursday night. In the preliminary round, there were 12 teams competing, with only 6 advancing to the national championships. So on Thursday, there was so much going on. Obviously, the priority was for the team to qualify to Friday, and we did that easily, actually qualifying in the #1 seed ahead of the other 11 teams. But in addition to that, it was the day that the individual All-Americans were decided and the national all-around champion. And great news for Georgia, we have our 4th NCAA all-around champion in Courtney Kupets. Last champion, Kim Arnold, back in 1998. And what an honor, the coveted NCAA all-around winner in Courtney. In addition to her, we had 4 other gymnasts qualify on to finals competition, which makes them All-Americans in women's gymnastics. Nikki Childs on balance beam, Tiffany Tolnay in the all-around balance beam and vaulting, Kelsey Erickson on the floor exercise, Katie Heenan on the uneven bars, and again, Courtney Kupets not only winning the all-around, but also qualifying on floor exercise, balance beam, and the uneven bars. So it was a great day on Thursday. Starting out on the preferred rotation of vaulting, our team went in very comfortable, but we did not vault as well as we would have liked, with our only gymnast who really had a great vault was Tiffany Tolnay. The rest of the lineup just got through, but the vaulting scores were tight in this competition. First round of competition earlier in the afternoon, vaulting was very low in that round as well, so the judges were staying consistent. We did fine on vaulting, but it wasn't stellar. Rotated from vaulting over to floor exercise, where we did just an outstanding job, especially Katie Heenan was just outstanding with a 9.925, the best bar routine of the evening. And following Katie, one of the best bar workers in the country, Kelsey Erickson, did have a fall on this event. Disappointing for her, of course, as she would have hoped to have made finals, and it takes her out of that. Puts not too much pressure on the team, because everyone else in the lineup had completed competition except for Courtney Kupets, who followed Kelsey's fall and came through with a 9.9. So a good rotation for Georgia. Then we rotate over to the balance beam, and Georgia started out strong with Kelsey Erickson. She rebounded from that fall on bars, and that was so important that she didn't bring that disappointment over to the balance beam with her. She had a great routine, followed by Audrey Bowers, who was right in there, and then it just got better and better and better as Nikki Childs, Tiffany Tolnay, and Courtney Kupets posted some of the highest scores of the season for those 3 young ladies, qualifying them into the finals and making them All-Americans. Georgia moves into the final rotation of floor exercise, and we just put that exclamation point on there. Everyone knew Georgia was in it to win it, not just Thursday, but to win the whole thing. And in the final round, we ended up qualifying to the Super 6 as the #1 seed. And you can see the scores up there now. Georgia in the #1 seed, leading Nebraska, who actually is in 2nd place, by a good margin. A great evening on Thursday night. Again, we came in to qualify to the Super 6. It's not the national championships yet, but we did end up winning in the 12-team competition. We did end up coming out of the Thursday competition as the #1 seed. So we're excited and looking forward to the Friday Super 6. Our theme this year was Bling It Home, and before the competition, we wanted to keep the team relaxed, so we asked them to come up with some rap songs.
In Athens, Georgia, we were dormed and trained. In Ramsey is where we spent most of our days. Flipping, conditioning right after school, so we can get some time in by the pool. Get ya. Want to take our picture? Just trying to warn you about all the big skills that we do.
You can see we really had a lot of fun, and then we are getting ready to leave the hotel, and we've got all the parents and family members and a number of fans supporting us as we get ready to head out. Here we go, boarding the bus, and this is the final day of competition, the culmination of an entire season, all coming down to one day. And now we're getting ready to enter the arena for the Super 6 competition. This is what every collegiate gymnast looks forward to in their career, an opportunity to compete for a national title. And our team lines up and marches out, and we start on the uneven bars event. This is a random draw. First up for Georgia is Nikki Childs, and it is a stellar bar routine. She ends up scoring a 9.85 on this routine, and it's the second year in a row that Nikki does earn second team All-American status on the uneven bars. But you can see she hits every single handstand to perfection. I honestly think the routine could have scored higher than a 9.85. She sticks the dismount, which we've been waiting for the entire year, and Nikki comes through with a great routine. Next up on bars is Tiffany Tolnay. This ends up being one of Tiffany's best bar scores of the year. She also scored a 9.85 at the SEC Championships. Tiffany, as you know, is a freshman. She's competing all 4 events during the national championships. On Thursday, the day before, she had a great meet and ended up 4th in the all-around in the entire competition. Now here she is on the second day of competition. Georgia needs a big score right here, and Tiffany delivers just a small hop on the landing and a score of 9.85. And here is our bull, our money maker, Katie Heenan, who always comes through when you need her to. Yesterday on the uneven bar, she scores a 9.925. She is, again, hitting every single handstand. The routine is as close to perfection as you can possibly get. Katie's the 4th gymnast in the lineup on the bars, and so far we've had everyone hit in front of her. She finishes with a stuck bar dismount once again and scores a 9.925. Now we're up with the 5th gymnast. This is Kelsey Erickson. The day before in Thursday's competition, Kelsey missed the first handstand of the bar routine. So she was a little bit tight right there at the beginning, but you can see now she's relaxed. She's doing bars like she always does, one of the best bar workers in the nation. Kelsey has 2 big releases. She's been hitting her handstands. Now she's getting ready to do her very difficult blind landing on her dismount, where she cannot see the landing until she's actually there, and she sticks it for a high score of 9.95. So Georgia has already hit 5 bar routines. This is icing on the cake here with Courtney Kupets. Again, this is the first event rotation of the competition for Georgia. Courtney Kupets, the final competitor for Georgia. We've already got 5 good scores already in the bag, so Courtney's routine is icing on the cake. She competes it just, again, to perfection, hitting all of her handstands. Yesterday, on Thursday's competition, she also had a great bar routine. Today, she takes a pretty big step on the dismount, but that was the only deduction, and she scores a 9.99. And we move over to the balance beam. First up on balance beam is Kelsey Erickson. She has a fall on her flight series, so now the pressure is on. Next up is Audrey Bowers, and she has to know that Kelsey fell because she can see the score posted by the judges. So she is really nervous and tight, but she comes through with a hit routine and a score of 9.7. In the third spot is Nikki Childs. Again, she knows that Kelsey's had a fall, and she's got to come through with a big routine. Nikki does that, as she always does, by just staying cool and collected, and she ends up with a 9.8 on the balance beam event. But we've got 3 big beam girls up. Tiffany Tolnay, who you see now, is solid as anything on the balance beam. Yesterday, she ended up getting All-American honors on this event, and she is just so solid and precise under pressure. Tiffany ends up hitting her routine in the 4th position for a 9.85. So we've got 2 girls to go. And isn't it great for Georgia that the last 2 up are Katie Heenan and Courtney Kupets? You see Courtney now in the 5th rotation, just as solid as ever. She was All-American on Thursday, and once again, she hits this beam routine for a big score for the team of a 9.95. A big score for Courtney for Georgia, and Georgia needs it. We've got 1 gymnast left to go, and that's Katie Heenan, and there's no one better in the anchor position than Katie Heenan. She knows she has to hit. She knows Kelsey Erickson has fallen, and Georgia cannot afford to have a second fall. Katie gets up, and she competes as steady as ever, going all the way through the competition, the event, with no wobbles. And she's completed her difficulty. Now all she's got left is the dismount. A stick would really help. And Georgia gets the stick from Katie Heenan. And we come through that rotation with a 49.2. And oh my gosh, we were all very nervous with that fall, but everyone came through with a hit routine. And Georgia looks great right now.
The Jim Dog Show is brought to you by Melwood Springs. Melwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia. By McCarr Homes. McCarr Homes, built with passion for over 50 years. Brown Arrowhead Clinic. Arrowhead Clinic, Georgia's largest spinal health care organization. By Athens Regional Medical Center. At Athens Regional, we have a specialty. You. By Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we've got what you need. By the John Bull Stores of the Bahamas. John Bull, the shopping mecca of the Caribbean. And by Phil Hughes Honda. Phil Hughes Honda, the official car dealer of the Georgia Gym Dogs.
It's official. Honda Cars and Trucks have made history. For the first time ever, Motor Trend magazine has presented a single automaker with the top 2 awards. The Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline are named the 2006 Motor Trend Car and Truck of the Year. The all-new Civic offers a new level of performance and design. And the Ridgeline, it combines toughness, a smooth ride with innovative features. See why it's not just a truck, but a Honda. Learn about the Ridgeline and the new Civic at North Georgia's oldest Honda dealer, Phil Hughes Honda in Athens.
McCarr Homes is proud to announce its 50th anniversary. With passion for quality, McCarr is committed to customer satisfaction before, during, and after building your home. With over 40 communities around Atlanta, McCarr has a plan and neighborhood for any lifestyle, from affordable townhomes to luxurious estates. For more information, visit www.mccarrhomes.com. McCarr Homes, built with passion for over 50 years.
Ask Suzanne, brought to you by McCarr Homes. And this week's question is, can the Georgia team three-peat and win another national championship next year? And the answer is, you'll have to wait and see. It's going to be an exciting season. We have some of the toughest competition in the country coming to Athens next year. We're only graduating one senior, and we're bringing in a promising freshman class. That's Ask Suzanne, brought to you by McCarr Homes. Welcome back. Wow, this competition is cooking between Georgia and Alabama right now. After 2 rotations, Georgia is behind Alabama by 1/10 of a point. How did that happen? I don't know, because after we started on bars with a 49.475, our season high on that event, I thought we'd be much further in the lead, but we moved over to balance beam, had that fall. We still, rallied behind that fall, but Alabama was over there on their first 2 rotations, vault and floor exercise, and they just had outstanding performances, peaking at the end of the season like you're supposed to. And right now, after these 2 rotations, it is 1/10 of a point between us with Alabama in the lead. But Georgia has completed uneven bars and balance beam, the harder of the 4 events, when we still got our strongest events remaining. Alabama, on the other hand, has completed their 2 best events, floor exercise and vaulting. Now they have to go to bars and beam. The competition with the other teams is not nearly as close right now. Utah started on bars, had some problems. They did come back with a strong beam performance of a 49.325, so Utah is still in the mix a little bit. Now we move into the next rotation, where Alabama goes over to the uneven bars and Georgia takes the floor exercise. On floor exercise, Georgia's goal is to have fun. We've got the hardest 2 events out of the way, and here is Abby Stack, and there's no one that has more fun than her. She has led off for Georgia on floor in the last 10 meets. and she has so much difficulty to start out a routine with, and that's a piked full in. She has an absolutely beautiful routine. She ends up scoring a 9.85, which is one of the highest scores on floor exercise to start out any team on this event. So it's just a great start for her. She ends with a double pike. You can see all of her landings were as good as they possibly can be. I actually think she could have scored higher on this routine. It was that solid. Second up for Georgia's Ashley Coupette. At the SEC Championship, she had a big 9.9 for us, and she comes through again tonight with a score of 9.9. She hits all of her tumbling passes, and she is just out there having fun. So far, so good for Georgia on floor exercise. Now, at the same time, Bama's on bars, and they are hitting as well. Here's Ashley's dismount, and she knocks it out. It is one of her best routines of the year with a score of 9.9. Also on floor exercise is Kelsey Erickson. Kelsey is just coming off of a fall on the balance beam, and I told Kelsey, okay, you need to make up for this and get us two big scores of 9.95. Look at that beautiful full twisting double back for the first pass. Middle pass, front full twist to front full twist. Hard to do, and Kelsey does it as good as anyone else. Last pass, a D-level double tuck, and it is really high. Great landings, and the best routine I think I've seen Kelsey do all season for a score of 9.95. And there she is. She delivers. When the score is needed, Kelsey delivers. She's peaking just at the right time on this event. Last up on floor exercise is Courtney Coupette, opening with a huge double Arabian. And she is just sky high on that thing. She looks just so confident out there. She's already had two good events with a 9.95 on balance beam right before coming to the floor exercise. She is calm, she is confident, and she is having fun. Courtney earns first team All-American awards on this event, scoring a 9.925. Here's her last pass, a double pike, and she is just as solid as ever. So after these three rotations, Georgia is only leading Alabama by a quarter of a tenth. The score is Georgia 148.1 to Alabama 148.075.
Hi, I'm Alexa, and I would like to ask Brittany Smith what it was like on senior night.
Thanks for the question, Alexa. Senior night was incredible. It was very, very emotional, just with friends and family, being my last home meet. But it was very exciting, and I enjoyed it, and I have memories of that night that will last me forever.
If you've been injured in an accident, serious neck and back pain may occur. You need to know the pros at Arrowhead.
That's right, Kevin. Car accidents can cause pain that could get worse if not treated immediately. Arrowhead Clinics has been treating auto accident victims successfully for over 25 years. At Arrowhead Clinics, we'll take care of the paperwork for you. Our first concern is your treatment. Call Arrowhead Clinics now if you've been injured in an accident. Relief, recovery, results at the Arrowhead Clinics.
I'm glad I know the pros at Arrowhead.
The Georgia Gym Dogs are red hot. Hot team. Cool water. Melwood Springs, now available at Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we got what you need.
The Golden Moment, brought to you by Golden Pantry. And obviously the Golden Moment is the entire competition as Georgia wins our 7th championship. And the theme, Bling It Home, is exactly what we did. That's our Golden Moment, brought to you by Golden Pantry. So we're going into the final rotation, and we are up by .025. Bama has to go to the balance beam, and they have not proven all season that they are that strong in that event, where Georgia's on vaulting, and we can really blast those vaults when we need to. We've had a 49.5 and above earlier in the season, so we told the team going into the last event, we cannot have average vaults out here. We have absolutely got to have a peak performance. You've seen that from Alabama all through the competition, just really, really pushing the competition. Here we are, up by .025, and our team has got to vault. The meet is close, and we're starting out with Megan Doolin. She's had trouble all season sticking her vault, and we really need a strong vault from Megan right now. Yurchenko with a full twist. Beautiful, beautiful vault. She scores a 9.875. And look at this vault from Megan. Where did it come from? I mean, it's just sensational and absolutely could have scored much higher than that. But in the first position, we'll take a 9.875. Next up is Katie Heenan. Yurchenko with a full twist. And look at Katie stick that vault. Right now, when the team needs a peak performance, that's what we're getting. These girls are competitors. They want this win. They will not be denied. And here's Katie Heenan, full twisting Yurchenko for a stuck landing and a score of 9.9. Next up, Ashley Kupets with a Yurchenko half front pike. A little bit of a hop on the landing, but she fights for every single thing. A great score of 9.85. At the same time, Alabama's over there, and they are hitting the balance beam. Ashley Miles has just competed, and she nails her routine for a score of 9.9. So they are excited. You can see they think they're still in the hunt, but not after this vault. This is Kelsey Erickson for a career high on vaulting. Yurchenko with a full twist, 9.95. A gorgeous vault from Kelsey, and the team knows, yes, and I know, we are on our way to winning our 7th national championship with this vault right here, a 9.95, and there is no way Alabama can match on balance beam the scores that we are going to have and that we are getting. And you can see they are very distracted by Georgia's performance on the vaulting. They are right next to the vault landings, so they are just, I think, mentally have given up right there. And you've got Courtney Kupets coming in right behind that balance beam routine with a 9.975 on a stuck vault, and Courtney's best vault of the season. There is no way Alabama can catch up. We've got one vaulter to go, but there is no way that they can outdistance Georgia right now. Here's Courtney again with her Yurchenko half front pike. Beautiful vault, 9.975. Wow, that was absolutely gorgeous at just the right time. Back to Bama on beam, and you can see the pressures on them with Mary Bear, and she ends up having Alabama's second fall on the balance beam, and they end up dropping to 3rd place. But Georgia ends up finishing up with All-American vaulter Tiffany Tolnay. A gorgeous vault, absolutely beautiful. Another 9.95 for Georgia. She puts the exclamation point on the competition with a 9.95. And Georgia wins this competition with an all-time high on vaulting of a 49.65. Wow, what a vaulting rotation for Georgia, and what a way to win it at the end. Just unbelievable. Here it is again, the anchor on vaulting, Tiffany Tolnay, 9.95, and Georgia, the national champions, once again. What a way to do it. Go Dogs. And you can see the team out there cheering with the fans. And here's the trophy, the 7th NCAA championship for Georgia, back-to-back, 05 and 06, the Gym Dogs, your national champions. Routine of the Week, brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center. And this week's Routine of the Week is Megan Doolin on the vaulting as she starts out for the team on the final event with a 9.875. Not only her season high, but starting out our team on a vault record for the season. That's Megan Doolin for Routine of the Week, brought to you by Athens Regional Medical Center.
I'm sorry, honey. I know it hurts. Oh, x-rays, they don't hurt at all. It's like a magic eye that looks inside of your body to see if anything's broken. This is where Hannah came to get her stitches out last year, remember? Of course, honey, Mommy will be with you the whole time. And remember, Mommy wouldn't take you here if it wasn't the best place in the whole world.
Athens Regional Medical Center, a passion for medical excellence.
Drop by drop, pure, refreshing, a trickle becomes a stream, flowing from the source, refreshing, fresh, in the store or at your door. Millwood Springs.
Countdown to the NCAAs, brought to you by Millwood Springs. Georgia matched its total of 17 All-Americans, which it posted a year ago during the prelim session in Auburn. This year, it was 6 gym dogs that combined to reach a total of 17 All-Americans. That's Countdown to the NCAAs, brought to you by Millwood Springs. Well, there you have it. Georgia bringing home our 7th NCAA championship in women's gymnastics. Our team went into the season wanting to strive for perfection. That perfection ended up being an undefeated season, an SEC championship, and our 7th national championship. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our fans and friends who've supported women's gymnastics throughout the season. Without your encouragement and your belief in our team and our philosophy and our program, we would not be bringing home the championships year in and year out. In addition, I'd like to thank the sponsors of the Gym Dog Show who make this all possible week in and week out from the beginning of the season till the very end and our 7th national championships. I'd like to thank Millwood Springs, Makar Homes, Athens Regional Medical Center, Arrowhead Clinic, Golden Pantry, Phil Hughes Honda, and John Bull Department Stores. Again, thank you to all of you, and it's been a great season. We'll see you next year.
The Gym Dog Show has been brought to you by Millwood Springs. Millwood Springs from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Georgia. By Makar Homes. Makar Homes, built with passion for over 50 years. Brown Arrowhead Clinic. Arrowhead Clinic, Georgia's largest spinal health care organization. By Athens Regional Medical Center. At Athens Regional, we have a specialty. You. By Golden Pantry. Golden Pantry, we've got what you need. By the John Bull Stores of the Bahamas. John Bull, the shopping mecca of the Caribbean. And by Phil Hughes Honda. Phil Hughes Honda, the official car dealer of the Georgia Gym Dogs.